welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and before we get into the video, yes, I'm filming outside again. I'm going to warn you, this video is very casual, slightly chaotic, and a ton of fun. If you happen to be new on this channel, like I said, my name is Caitlin, and on this channel we talk about building your dream closet and your dream life, and in general we just talk about all things fashion, beauty, femininity, you know, having the soft life, romanticizing your life, living a soft lifestyle, just enjoying every single part of your life, making it special and pretty and romantic and girly and wonderful. And so if that sounds like a community that you want to go ahead and join, please feel free to subscribe down below, and feel free to follow me over on my Instagram at Caitlin Mahina. I do post much more like, you know, short form content, obviously, fashion content, travel content, beauty content, all that good stuff. And on my YouTube channel, I talk a little bit more about like your mindset and just making sure that, yes, you can romanticize your life, but we gotta make sure that we're good in here. And if Instagram is not your thing, I also have a TikTok and I also post on Pinterest. So feel free to check out any of my social medias. They will be linked down below. And let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so let's get into it. What is cloud makeup? And based on the research that I've done, it is sort of like the 2022, I guess 2020 to 2022 glowy look meets the 2016 like matte glam look, but it's not soft glam. It's like if you take that soft matte or that soft glam makeup that it has like really intense smoky eyes and just a bit more of like a done up look, it's like if you take that and just soften it a little bit and make it more romantic. If you take the whole minimal glowy makeup thing but then make it matte and give it kind of like a bit more of a pastel look, that is what we're going for. I personally am not super into like the most up-to-date makeup trends, but this is a look that I feel like is one of those niche trends on TikTok that I just absolutely fell in love with. And so I wanted to give it a shot today while we talk about some things that, I don't know, I've kind of been on my mind recently. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the base makeup. So for the base, we are going for matte, obviously like a matte finish, but it's still kind of a light coverage base. And for the sake of full transparency, I'm filming outside and it's like high 70s, and so this glow on my face is just not gonna go away because it's hot and shiny outside, but I really wanted to film outside today because it's just so beautiful. And also I do want to mention that I am filming this at the end of a work day. I worked my like regular 9 to 5 before this, and so because I knew I was going to be filming this video tonight, I do have on a little tiny bit of concealer. I have some pimples on different spots on my face that I just went ahead and concealed this morning, and I have not touched up my makeup. It's now 7 p.m. I did my makeup at 7 a.m. so it's been 12 hours. So I did some spots of concealer, and I also did put some gel through my eyebrows, and I did like a tiny swipe of brown mascara just because I do wear a little bit of makeup to work, and I didn't want people to be like, hey, are you okay? Like, you know, when you don't wear makeup around people that have only seen you with makeup on. So I already do have a little bit of coverage going, but I don't really have any like specific base products for this look. I mean, so I always wear sunscreen every single day. I did reapply sunscreen like an hour ago because I knew I was gonna film this video, so this is already on my face. I've talked about it like a million times on my channel. It is the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, and it does give this like nice soft blurring finish that's sort of matte. And so if you are interested in sunscreen, we should all be interested in sunscreen, and you haven't picked one up yet because you don't really like the finish of it or you feel like your makeup will sit weird on it, definitely give this one a shot. And then for my base products, both of these I've had for so long. This Dior Backstage foundation, literally the name is barely even on it anymore, and this Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer is basically empty. I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I don't think that I'm going to be repurchasing either of these, not because I don't like them. I actually really love both of them. Like, I am a diehard fan of both of these products. I've just super luckily, super happily cleared up my skin recently. I am mostly plant-based, moving towards going on an entirely plant-based diet. I limit my processed foods and my processed sugars, and my skin has cleared up so so much, and I just hate wearing heavy makeup. And so I actually just recently ordered the Yves Saint Laurent tinted moisturizer that just hasn't arrived in time to film this video. And so I'm just gonna be applying these today, but I truly don't really feel like I need them. I do feel really grateful that my skin has cleared up so much. It's been years of trial and error and cystic, painful, flaky, horrible acne. So I'm not trying to like humble brag or anything. I understand the acne slash skin imperfection struggle, but I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these for the video anyway, because I know that most people that do makeup apply base products. This Dior Backstage foundation is just like a little bit too dark for me, and I don't need much, so I'm just gonna put a tiny amount in my hand there, and I'm just gonna mix it with obviously the tinted moisturizer that's just a little bit too light for me. Oh my god, look, it's exploding. That's the worst. It's because it's so hot outside. Darn it. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to wipe that off on something. But I'm going to take a little bit of that. Gosh, I feel really bad that that just exploded. It's been doing that a lot lately though. I've noticed that whenever the temperature changes drastically where I live, my makeup products always do that. And I also live at altitude, and so I'm just wiping that off. I'm sitting on a towel. Ugh, I feel so bad that I'm wasting that. So it's not uncommon for my makeup products to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in with my fingers. I am not working with a mirror. I'm just working with the viewfinder for my camera, and so I really hope that this is gonna look okay. And it's very bright out and the sun is definitely in my eyes, so if this is not perfectly blended out, then please go ahead and just ignore it. I also do want to mention, if you've watched any of my YouTube videos in the past where I've done like makeup tutorials, I used to be an obsessive beauty blender user, but I stopped using it because I just found that first of all, it absorbs so much product that I really felt like I wasn't getting my money's worth from my products, and also I felt like I had to replace it really often. Even though I would wash it every time after I used it, it would just get bacteria in there and just really contribute to my acne. And so it feels so weird and like low-key that I now blend out my makeup with my fingers. I have not used my fingers to do makeup probably since like high school, and it feels very strange, but I'm loving it. It's very low maintenance, and you know, I probably again didn't really need that coverage, but I would highly recommend both those products if you're looking for a light but natural kind of soft matte base makeup. Okay, so moving on to the eyes and the blush. I don't have the original or the full size of this product, but I was sent this by Sephora as like a tester. It's the new by Yves Saint Laurent lip and cheek balm tint. I already used this one like kind of berry shade, completely obsessed with it. I am a die-hard YSL Beauty fan now. That's why I decided to get that tinted moisturizer that like recently went viral. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade today. It looks like it's called Pinch, and I'm actually gonna use this on both my eyelids and my cheeks because it really is just like so stunning and so fresh looking. And to me, this makeup is just a very soft matte finish, and it, you know, gives a lot of color, so it's like really highly saturated, but it's not shiny. It lasts all day. It's really easy to blend, and so once I'm done using up these like little sample guys, I definitely will order the full size, probably in a couple of colors, because I love this for obviously both my lips and my cheeks, and I'm gonna use it on my eyes. Actually, I think I'm gonna use it on my eyes, lips, and cheeks today. So didn't mean for this to be such an easy tutorial, but that's the point of this video. Okay, so while I'm getting this open and on, something that I wanted to talk about that I've kind of seen a lot recently on social media is, I mean, let me know if you've noticed this as well. I feel like there has been a massive shift away from like being a cool girl. So when I say cool girl, think of like Megan Fox or like Jennifer Lawrence, or like the girls that, you know, are the men, are like a male fantasy, like it's like that monologue from Gone Girl where she's like, cool girl is hot, cool girl is game, and she eats pizza and drinks beer and stays a size 2. I feel like we have moved away from like that being the type of woman that is like most celebrated in media to girls being like the it thing to be right now. Okay, this is melting very quickly because I am just truly baking in the sun right now. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I have always been like a die-hard like cool girl, guys girl, pretty much up until maybe I got divorced like about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago as of today. And I think this is so interesting because I have noticed that a lot of other women around me and women on social media are doing the same thing. And I have a couple theories as to why this might be. I think the number one is just over time, like different tropes about like what's cool when it comes to like your aesthetic and your style and like, even your personality. They definitely do change over time. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I really do think a huge part of this has just been because of the pandemic, because I think that the whole cool girl, guys girl thing became super popular because not only was it like in a lot of media, like in the early 2000s, like think Megan Fox and Transformers, like she lifts up like the hood of the car and the main character is just like staring at her and she like knows all this information about the car and it's just like, oh my god, like this is the ideal woman. But I think that post-COVID or like during the pandemic, we were not socializing as much, like regardless of what your gender is, like we were obviously not socializing at all. And even when we were coming out of the pandemic, it was like seriously limited. And so I feel like the idea of like impressing a man in order to be like a cool person or like to be a worthwhile woman in society kind of disappeared because we had so many less chances to like go out in public and like, you know, dress hot and like go to the bar and like chug beer and go to parties at college. And I feel like because we were forced to like reflect on ourselves, I'm not even applying makeup anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my eyes as well. Again, not working with a mirror, so I really hope that this is showing up okay. But this is a little bit wetter than it normally is. Normally this formula is like still like creamy, but not nearly as wet as it is right now. But anyway, as I was saying, I really do feel like, you know, as women, and you've seen this on my channel a lot lately, especially within the last year, like when you're forced to like kind of be in your own natural state as a woman, like being at home in isolation or like only being allowed to like see certain family members or not having a whole lot to do, so like you're really just gonna pursue like your own interests in self-isolation at home, like I feel like so many more women like rediscovered how fun it is to have like feminine pursuits and like have interests that aren't necessarily like, oh yeah, I love football, but you're just saying that because, you know, you are trying to impress someone. I'm not saying that you can't love football as a woman. That is absolutely not what I'm saying whatsoever. If you are genuinely into like typically male interests, I am so happy for you. Like you keep doing your thing and don't let anyone tell you that that's not valid or like that's not what it means to be a woman. That's not what I'm saying in this video. I feel like a lot of women, like when we didn't have to deal with the pressure of like going out into society and like performing whatever it is that we think we need to perform in order to like fit in and be cool, like a lot of people just started embracing like what they're really into, including typically feminine interests that were like kind of frowned upon in the past. I'm talking makeup, being girly, romanticizing your life, taking yourself on dates to coffee shops, buying yourself flowers, like just generally expressing more feminine interests as like being a part of who you are. It just like, it became everyone's default again, which I think is like so magical and honestly so healing. I'm looking at myself in both my iPhone camera and in the viewfinder here, and I honestly can't even tell if this color is picking up on my eyelids at all. I know that it has to be because I just know how pigmented this product is from using it before in a different shade. So I'm really hoping I don't look like a total clown right now, but even if I do, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere after this. I'm just doing this because I wanted to talk to you guys and because I just genuinely enjoy this stuff. So anyway, moving right along, I also think that a huge part of this whole like pandemic, like embracing your own interests because no one else is observing you and you like don't feel like you need to perform, I feel like that's like where a huge like part of the soft life movement was kind of birthed, because honestly, like part of it is, yeah, like we were in our homes and we didn't have a whole lot to do. We weren't traveling, we weren't going places, we weren't going to events, we didn't have things in our calendar. Like we decided to romanticize like the smaller things in our life that we did have control over. Okay, I can actually kind of see how much blush is showing up right now, but that's okay. We love a blushy look. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but my face is definitely shiny because it's hot outside, but this blush in itself is not naturally like dewy. It is a cream blush, but it's a cream blush that in normal non-sweaty 80-degree circumstances dries down in just this beautiful soft matte finish. I am loving this color from what I can see in the viewfinder here. I feel like it just kind of looks like, I'm very fair, so it looks like my sort of natural undertone blush color, but like a natural version that I can put more on, I guess. Anyway, I don't want to stop because I'm just loving how this product is looking, and the more that I'm adding it, maybe I look insane. It's okay. I still love myself. That doesn't matter to me. But anyway, so the soft life movement and like the whole romanticizing your life movement, I feel like are inherently feminine. And if you haven't yet seen my video that's all about like masculine energy versus feminine energy, and like the fact that I had to drop certain masculine traits in order to like really feel like the best version of myself, like I decided to be less controlling. I decided to romanticize my life, embrace like the things in life that aren't always like quantifiable and not always like chasing goals. Well, I'm still chasing goals, don't get me wrong, but like not always, you know, doing and driving and going and controlling and sort of softening and relaxing. I feel like I'm about to put on too much of this stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and call it quits there, but I just can't stop. I love it so much. I feel like once I stopped living in that lifestyle and just like constantly going and doing, I have never felt like more of an attractive and desirable woman, not for other men per se, but like definitely for myself. Like I have never felt so beautiful and so like at peace with who I am. And I actually did a video on romanticizing my life. I've done 2 videos now on romanticizing my life. I will either link those below or link a playlist up above or something. And I talked a little bit in the more recent one about how like sometimes like romanticizing your life can feel silly. And then after posting that video and then knowing I wanted to talk about like feminine interests in this video, I feel like there is a connection between obviously romanticizing your life. Some people see it as like really silly and weird and like over the top, and also like historically, naturally feminine interests have like always kind of been frowned upon, whether it's like shopping or home decorating or dressing up or getting your nails done or, you know, just enjoying those things has always kind of by society been seen as like lesser than achieving like things in sports or whatever. And I think there honestly is a connection between, you know, having feminine interests, romanticizing your life, and the fact that both are sometimes seen as ridiculous and silly. And I just find that so funny. Like I personally, I don't look at a woman who's like really into cars and like genuinely drinks beer and like loves all that stuff. I don't look at her and think to myself, ugh, like that's silly, that's weird. Just because they're not my interests, I don't think like she's a lesser than woman, like she's not a worthy woman or whatever. But I feel like when it comes to like the more feminine side of social media and just life in general and like having those interests, people are so quick to be like, this is ridiculous. Like I actually had someone comment on one of my YouTube reels recently, on one of my YouTube shorts recently saying like just WTF, and like the video was all about like me embracing the things in my life that make me happy, and it was from a woman, which I thought was interesting. I didn't like go too in depth with it. I just deleted the comment because I don't have time for that stuff on my channel. It really doesn't bother me. And I just thought that was so funny. Like, why is another woman telling me like what WTF in response to a YouTube short that is just me talking about things that genuinely bring me joy? I think it honestly was because it was like a more feminine minded or a more feminine interest reel. It was like sweet and girly, which are things that I enjoy in my life. And I don't know, I just thought that was really interesting. So I don't think the whole anti-femininity thing is like ever gonna go away. Obviously there's always an anti-movement for whatever it is that you're into. There's always people that are gonna tell you like that's not valid, that doesn't make sense, that's not real. But at the same time, I don't know, I just thought that was really interesting. So I would actually love to know what you think in the comments down below about like this whole conversation, because this is just stuff that I've kind of been like reflecting on over the past couple of days. Like, you know, when you're in the shower and you're just like, huh, you like make weird connections between things you've never connected before. So that's where my head's at. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next part of the makeup. Okay, moving right along, I'm gonna take this blush from Too Faced. Yes, I can tell that I have a lot of blush on, but I have been really into the ombre blush look. That's a tongue twister. The ombre blush look that has been trending on social media lately. And what it normally is like people will kind of do a blush like more in the center of their face, and then they'll do one more high up. So I wasn't really paying attention because I was talking, so I kind of did blush all over my face. But this, I don't even think they make, I don't think they make these specific Too Faced heart blushes anymore, or if they do, I don't think they make this shade, or maybe it's in different packaging. I just haven't seen it in a while. But it is, if I can get it open, gosh darn, it is so cute. It like literally makes my princess dreams came true. I bought this like back in like 2020. Again, during the pandemic, I had nothing to spend my money on, so I just bought cute makeup products. But I think I'm just going to put this, I'm gonna put this pretty high up on my face because otherwise I think I will just like straight up look sunburned. Whatever, it's fine. I love a lot of blush and I find that it fades really quickly on my face, and I also find that like in the summertime you can get away with wearing a lot of blush and it doesn't look as insane. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm layering up my blush and no one can stop me. Okay, this is definitely getting over the top, but I kind of love being over the top, and I don't know, I think it's doing something for me. So moving on with the cloud makeup look, I want to talk about eyes really quick because I realized I was busy using this as sort of an all-in-one product and I didn't really talk about like the whole like what people do for their eye makeup with this soft cloud makeup. And I feel like a huge part of like cloud makeup is using like color, I think the word's monotone. No, that can't be it. Just colors that are like either the same color just in multiple parts of your face, or colors that really go together super well. So that's why I went ahead and used this product on my eyes. I will be using it on my lips in a little bit, but something else I want to talk about with the cloud makeup is that pretty much has no eyeliner. And I already did like a really light coat of brown mascara earlier today before I went to work, but I am gonna do another one just for the sake of this video. I think that brown mascara is another huge trend right now. Actually, I know it is. I've seen it everywhere. I love brown mascara. I only wear black mascara anymore if I actually have black in my outfit. That probably sounds a little bit OCD maybe, or like over the top, but I think it is too intense unless there's something else in your look that's black. Then I feel like it makes more sense and it kind of like pairs together well. I'm also gonna do some eyebrows. Okay, eyebrow brush achieved. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, I don't even know what this is called, the Brow Freeze Wax. I also laminate my eyebrows, but the lamination kit that I got from Amazon most recently, it didn't really do much for me. I feel like it did basically nothing at all. So I take just the smallest amount of this, and I am doing this with no mirror, so I have absolutely no idea if this looks insane, if it looks super glossy, if they're even gonna stick up, and they might not even stick up all that well because I don't really love like the straight up sticking up brows thing. I don't have any pigment in my brows. Like I didn't do anything aside from just this clear wax today, but I did get my eyebrows microbladed, like I want to say like 2 years ago, and so sometimes I honestly do feel like that still is a huge part of the reason why my eyebrows look pretty dark and like they actually kind of are the same shape and size, I guess. Okay, my camera is struggling right now because of how hot it is, but on the eyebrows chat, sometimes if I feel like I'm really just needing a little bit more like definition and darkness in my eyebrows, I have the Charlotte Tilbury, I don't know what it's called. I'll put a picture here on the side. It's got like the tiniest little wand. I only really use that though if I'm doing content where maybe my face is gonna be farther away from the camera and not so like up close and personal like it is currently, because it does look a little bit intense on my face if I've already got like these bushier brows, and then like I have naturally larger eyes, I have naturally like longer eyelashes, and I just have like a lot of pretty prominent features on my face, I feel like. So I sometimes feel like if I have really dark eyebrows it's just a lot, but if you are looking for something that adds like more color to your brows, I would highly recommend it. I just only use it these days if I need like more definition in my face, like on camera, like for a photo shoot or something like that. And so that is the eyebrows done, and I did put a little bit more of this mascara on, but I tried to do it off camera because I really cannot see what I'm doing. The sun is setting rapidly, and so I apologize if the light conditions are changing. I feel like this video is like actually kind of chaotic, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I can already tell on the viewfinder that the lighting has changed quite a bit in the last like 3 minutes, but whatever, that's life. We move on, we keep it moving. And so as you can see, or I hope you can really tell, but the brown mascara is super nice because it's like not making too much of a stark contrast on my face, because obviously a lot of women wear mascara, myself included, but I feel like the whole like really intense like black mascara look, like no one's an idiot. We all know what that is. And not saying that you need to wear makeup that's like no makeup, that's not what I'm saying either. You can wear as much thick black makeup as your heart desires, and that's fine. I just feel like in general it's not as flattering, and I know that's not what everyone's going for. I'm not trying to say if you're into it that's bad, but if you haven't tried brown mascara yet and you are more of like a soft makeup kind of person, I would highly recommend it. You know, I'm actually gonna move the camera over here because I feel like this actually might be slightly better for viewing purposes. Let me see. This video is so chaotic and I'm sorry. Okay, not sure if me moving the camera just then actually did anything at all, but we're gonna keep moving. So that's the eyes done. I love how like sort of simple this whole makeup style is, and these days I'm preferring makeup with less steps. Like, far gone are the days when I was like worshiping beauty YouTubers in college and like admiring their like 40-minute makeup routines. I mean, more power to them. Those people, girls, women, men, were all very, very talented, and I'm sure still are. I just don't watch those videos anymore, and I don't subscribe to that makeup style anymore. So I'm actually going back in with this Yves Saint Laurent lip tint. The only problem is, because I've been sitting in the sun, my lips I can feel are a little bit dry, but whatever, we move on. Actually, I just realized I forgot lip liner. I don't really do a whole lot of lip liner these days because I did get lip filler almost a year ago. I think it was like 10 months ago. I did an entire video on like what I get done, or like what cosmetic procedures I've had done. It's not an extensive list, but I wanted to be transparent with my subscribers about that. So if you're curious about that video, feel free to check it out. But every now and then I do love a lip liner moment, just because I like the soft matte, you know, look that it gives. Sometimes I'm not really into those full-blown matte lips that like had us in a chokehold, like the Kylie Jenner lip kit era. I am so past that. But every now and then I feel like this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk classic lip liner color, amazing formula. I feel like it's just kind of the vibe sometimes if I'm going for a more matte makeup look, and that's exactly what today is. And so, gosh help me, I'm not gonna be able to see anything. I'm gonna do this really quick off camera. I'll be right back. I actually have no clue if I look insane, like I have like clown lips right now. I am kind of loving though how chaotic this video has turned out, because I feel like a lot of I'm just going in with more of this Yves Saint Laurent nude lip tint thing that I'm just so obsessed with. I feel like a lot of my content lately, since I've come back on YouTube and like am really taking it seriously, has required like so much planning. Like, I'm talking like weeks of like brainstorming, scripting, like coordinating it with my Instagram content so that I can sort of, you know, be more efficient with my time and be able to actually stay consistent with my social media uploads. I feel like it's just been like such a, you know, not super structured to the point where it like stifles my creativity, but I do have to have like a sense of like structure, and I feel like this is the first video in quite a while where like it's almost entirely unscripted. It's very low-key, the lighting is happening, I am all over the place, but you know what, that's life, and this is a channel that I want to be like transparent with you guys on. I think I've always been pretty transparent with you guys on this channel, and you know what? That's okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. And quick side note on this hair here, I will be linking everything that I'm wearing down in the description down below. This hair bow is from Amazon. My hair was just not cooperating with me today when I was getting ready for work, and so I'm not even sure if you can see, but it's like a half up situation, but the hair bow like has a braid. I don't know. I just thought that if my hair wasn't cooperating with me and it was looking kind of sloppy, if I added enough interesting things to it, then maybe no one would notice. There's like a bunch of bumps in it, and whatever, it's life, we move on. So I'm just gonna finish this look off. Actually, I'm reaching all the way over here because my perfume is underneath the tripod, so thanks for being patient with me. This perfume, Daisy by Marc Jacobs, a classic. I don't even know if they make this style of bottle anymore, or if they do, I don't think it's like their super popular one. I wish you could smell it. Like, to me, this is like an excellent summer perfume. It is floral without being like sickly sweet. It's just like a light, bright, if daisies had a smell, I feel like this is what, like, similar to what it would smell like, duh. So totally obsessed with this perfume. Check it out if you haven't. Everything that I'm talking about will be linked down below. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for being patient with me as I just, you know, wanted to chit chat, make it more casual, make it more fun. What do you guys think about like the whole cloud makeup thing? What do you think about, I don't know, any makeup styles that are trending right now, makeup in general? Are you into, you know, still doing like the more heavy makeup that's got more like artistry involved? Are you doing the like no makeup? Are you doing soft glam? Are you doing cloud makeup? Are you really into makeup talk? Whatever it is, just let me know. And I'm curious what you think about my little you know, theory and spiel about like the cool girl to girls girl pipeline that I've been seeing so much on social media. Like, I think it's a good thing. I think it's just moving towards a more like inclusive experience of like having a female experience of like not putting other women down for what they're interested in. And I don't know, I think that's just a win-win situation. So let me know what you think about any of that stuff in the comments down below, and let me know if there's any videos in particular that you want me to make. I do have some ideas that I'm really excited for that are a lot more like structured and less, you know, all over the place than this one. But yeah, if you have any ideas, I would love to know. I'm doing a very exciting video next week all about like welcoming summer and like how to enjoy the summertime even if you don't have like a ton of travel plans booked. And it's kind of along the whole romanticizing your life thing, just, you know, being grateful for what you have, working with what you have, and still making sure you have like the best summer of your life, without, you know, getting the FOMO of all the people having their European summers. I'm there with you. I'm, you know, trying not to be jealous. Anyway, before I go down a rabbit hole, thank you so much for watching this video. If you stayed until the end, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, and I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button down below and join our growing family here on YouTube. I am just so passionate about YouTube and so happy to be back on here, and so grateful for each and every one of my subscribers that watches my videos. Thank you so much. You guys are the reason why I enjoy this social media journey so much. And follow me over on Instagram, or if Instagram's not your thing, I'm also on TikTok and Pinterest. You can follow me on any one of those that you feel called to. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.